Don't just live for tomorrow, or just live in yesterday. Just be glad for all you have that's in today.
Hey everyone, Connie here, and welcome to my blind reaction to One Piece, episodes 886 to 889, the final 4 episodes of the Revery Arc. We are finishing off the Reverie arc, this short little arc, just touching on what the royals and world government are doing and whatnot. um, a lot of it has been filled with a lot of flashbacks and stuff. Um, and it's funny, this is the third video of the Reverie arc that we were doing here. Um, and if I had known from the beginning there was going to be a lot of flashbacks, I probably would have like from the beginning just like given my thoughts on them, like because since I hadn't been able to in the past with you guys, and it would have made it more enjoyable because the first part was so slow for me. But the first video, the second video was much better because I was giving you my thoughts on everything. Um, but now we're at the final one, and intermixed in between all this, we still have the royals meeting up with each other, arriving for the reverie itself, which we haven't actually seen. So we're gonna see that in these 4 episodes. I don't know how much of it though. Like I thought we were gonna see more of it, but if there's only 4 episodes, I guess not. Um, but we've also seen the Revolutionary Army sneaking in and preparing to attack as well. So I'm wondering how much of that we're actually going to see too. I'm thinking we're probably not going to see the entire Reverie during these 4 episodes. And same goes with the entire infiltration of the Revolutionary Army. It's probably going to be a case where we see things really kick off, and then maybe during the Wano arc it will like expand upon it a little bit. That's what I'm thinking. Um, so yeah, we'll have to take that kind of as it goes. um, but with these 4 episodes, we do finish off the arc, and then we move into Wano next week. Um, so I'm excited to finish this off. If I had to say right now, like I don't even see how this could end in a way that would change my mind at this point. This is not one of my favorite arcs of the series. It's not terrible. It's not like absolutely bad or anything, but it's not one of my favorites. Um, in my eyes, even though it sets up enough and shows a lot of characters from the past again, getting to see them reunite with each other and to see them unite with others who have met Luffy and everything. It's great to see that, but at the same time, it's basically just a big nostalgia trip. That's all the arc really is. A nostalgia trip with a little bit of setup for the future. Um, and it's like more of a setup arc than actual other setup arcs like Zoe. And it's not disappointing because of it, but it's more so just not that great, not that exciting. And with its short length, mind you, I didn't necessarily expect anything phenomenal. I didn't expect anything like on the level of Dressrosa or Whole Cake or Arlong Park. No, it's a really short arc. Um, well, I think Arlong Park's not that long technically either, just because of at that time arcs weren't as long um, that early into the series. But you know what I mean. It just didn't hold the same kind of weight. It doesn't have like a main villain or anything unless you count Sabo's brother. Um, it doesn't really have any kind of big notable moments. It's just like, okay, this is fun, this is cute, this is nice, whatever. Basically, that's what it comes across as, honestly. Um, And again, that's not to say it's bad. It's just to say that it's not one of my favorites. It doesn't do enough for me personally. But I have been enjoying it well enough. I have. So I'll at least give it that. And there are definitely some moments that definitely hype me up for the future of this series, such as the giant straw hat at the world government's headquarters of Marishwa. Definitely wondering what that's about. Um, I think I talked about my theories before about how it could be related to Roger, the Void Centuries, stuff like that. Um, Going as far back as the likes of Joy Boy. Um, it's like there's so many different ideas. Um, oh, and by the way, I just want to make something clear. I might know a little more about Joy Boy than I should at this point. That might have been something that was spoiled to me. I'm actually not sure. Because I'm not sure if that's mentioned in Wano or if that was already mentioned or whatnot. I know Joy Boy was, the name was on the poneglyph at Fishman Island, if I believe right. But I think like I might know a little more than that at this point. I don't know if it was actually set in the series yet or if it's in Wano. So I'm not going to go too much into that. But yeah, I do know who Joy Boy is, at least the information we that's been revealed that I could tell. Again, I've heard about it. It's just something I've heard about because of being so far behind. Um, but yeah, so there's that. But I mean, obviously, I don't know everything about what's coming up with everything in the series. It's just I want to let you guys know in case I did kind of seem to be jumping the gun in case that was the situation. Anywho, I'm excited to see where this goes, where we end off this arc, how we end off this arc in only 4 episodes. Again, I just don't see it end like I don't see the reverie being gone through in only 4 episodes. The entire thing. We'll have to see though. We will have to see. Um, so we're just gonna get this started and hope for the best with this arc. With the remainder of this arc. So when the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades to black and then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episodes. So that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. Okay, so let's talk about that first. Emu. Emu is apparently, from what we can tell, the ultimate leader of the world government. The only person that it seems the five elders even follow. Like they were bowing down to them. We know nothing about who this person is. We've only seen them twice now. They were shown when we saw the giant straw hat before, but also now we're seeing them. They seem to be handling some butterflies, but there were also like some shredded wanted posters for Luffy and Blackbeard, and then one of Shirahoshi stabbed through the eye. So either that's setting up for something, or it's just to show that maybe Emu has like some kind of anger issues or whatnot. I don't know. Um, Maybe it's just angry with them in general, but why specifically that group? I wonder. Like I can understand Blackbeard and Luffy, but why Shirahoshi? And they were holding a poster of Vivi as well, so I'm just not sure what the deal with that is. Um, but earlier in these episodes, we were told that the empty throne is, well, the empty throne because no one holds it. There is no single person at the helm of the world government, at the helm of the world. And that was a lie. That was a bold faced lie, as we now find out. The empty throne is in name only. In reality, there is someone at the very top, a single person controlling everything. And you got to wonder if it was a lie or if it was just that maybe not everyone knows, which I mean, I could kind of believe. Um, this is a big revelation, though. Something like this is massive for the future of this series because this kind of turns everything on its head in terms of the world government as a major antagonizing force going forward and how that's going to be fought by our heroes. So it's like, what are they going to do when it comes to this person, this Emu? Um, and we don't even know who Emu is or anything about them at the moment, other than they are the top of the world. They're that's literally all we know. They lead the world government. They lead everything pretty much, and it's like they're purposefully keeping Emu in shadows and everything right now, which is common throughout this series, to make it known that this whoever this is very important and it's a very big deal. And I'm sure there's a shit ton of theories going around as to who it could be. And I'm sure some of them even say, like, oh, it's actually this person who we've already met, or this person. Or maybe it's like this person who we've wondered about but not have actually met yet. I'm sure there's all kinds of theories. And honestly, I have no clue. There's really no relevant evidence to go any which way here. We just have nothing to work with so far. Um, so that's going to be interesting to find out more about in the future. But moving on. So this was the final set of episodes for the Reverie arc, and only at the very end of the final episode of this arc does the Reverie actually starts. So honestly, like just speaking honestly, this arc should actually more accurately be called like the pre-Reverie arc or something like that, because why is it called the Reverie arc if the Reverie doesn't really even happen during the course of the arc? Like literally the only bit of the Reverie we saw was the opening like announcement, like, oh yeah, the Reverie's starting now. That's the only bit of the Reverie we saw during this entire arc. Everything else was just build up to it. And I'm sure we'll see it going forward within Wano. I'm sure we'll see like bits and pieces of it, but still, it just feels like I was expecting more. I don't know. It nothing happened. Well, I mean, plenty happened, but you know what I mean with the Reverie. Um, so in this, we get quite a bit of like interesting stuff to happen. Shirahoshi is captured by Saint Charles and attempted to be taken as a slave, but another celestial dragon, um, Don Quixote, I cannot pronounce his name. I can't even think of exactly how it's spelled at the moment. It's like Miol something. I'm just going to call him Saint Don Quixote for now, just for sake of these. Um, but he comes in and decks the shit out of Charles, which it's not as satisfying as when Luffy punched the shit out of him back in Sabayati Archipelago, but it's still super satisfying every time he gets punched. Like, can we just like have a bunch of like moments throughout the series of Saint Charles specifically getting decked in the face? Like that would be just wonderful. um, but yeah, so Saint Don Quixote saves Shirahoshi, and since he's a celestial dragon, not really anything can be done in return. Like nothing can be done in retaliation, really. So yeah, he sends Cypher Pull Zero away. Fun to see them there. Fun to see Lucci and Kaku. Um, and yeah, everything just kind of goes back to peaceful normalcy as much as it can be. But we do find out that the reason Saint Don Quixote saved her was because he owed the kingdom, because Otohime saved him in the past. So, yeah, that's it's really nice to see. And I still swear we had seen that flashback back at Fishman Island. Because I definitely remember it. um, Maybe I've seen it elsewhere, like prior, just like kind of a spoilery thing, but I swear it was in Fishman Island. Either way, either way. Um, on top of that, we had the Revolutionary Army continuing their infiltration, and we found out the exact nature of their goal here. They are there to rescue Kuma. And while he'll never be the same, he'll never have like the same personality or um mind or anything because of how much his body has been physically fucked up due to the cybernetic process and everything. Although he'll never be really Bartholomew Kuma again, they still want to save him. They want to liberate him nonetheless because he was their friend. And we even see like when when the other celestial dragon, Charles's father, rides in on Kuma as his slave, like you see how pissed off Sabo gets at that because again, Kuma was his friend, so he's angry that his friend is being used as a slave and especially to be ridden around on. And there were a lot of flashbacks in these episodes as well. Not really much to say regarding them. It's like, yeah, they happened. Um, it's just a lot of stuff that a lot of stuff from the past being brought back up. And as I stated before, it's got to just be because of like trying to lengthen this arc so that they could spread out the episodes a little more, allow for the anime to not catch up with the manga too fast. That's got to be the only reason, right? Because they just don't, they feel like there's too much and it takes away from the arc. It doesn't feel natural. Um, if that was in the manga, if that was Oda's original design, then Oda honestly might have messed up on this arc in general. But I'm still thinking that it wasn't, that it was just for the anime. Um, but yeah, we get to see all of that stuff going down. We get to see just the tiniest bit of Luffy in them, just Luffy still excited over his bounty. We get to see a little bit of Kaido talking to Big Mom. She's planning to go to Wano to capture Luffy himself, and even offers to work together with Kaido, who refuses and is like, "No, if you come here, I'll cut your head off too. I have too much beef with Luffy. He's mine." But she keeps insisting, and yeah, we'll see how that goes. um, but yeah, not much else actually happened during these episodes again because of all the flashbacks and stuff. Um, but I mean, I assume see how the Reverie continues. I assume we'll continue to see how things go with the infiltration by the Revolutionary Army, and we're gonna start moving into Wano. Now, I know that after the first few episodes of Wano, there's a really random and sudden um uh oh god, my mind is blanking. Filler arc. There's a really random and sudden filler arc that's like only a couple episodes long, mind you. And it ties into One Piece Stampede. I do know about that. So I assume Wano's not going to really get started until afterwards. And then I do know there's also a special episode at some point in the near future too. Um, but I think we'll just continue to do our normal 4 episode per video route as we go forward. I don't think we'll have to change that for what's going on with the little like filler. I don't know why that filler arc wasn't done before Wano technically started. It's like, why didn't you just put it in between the Reverie and Wano? Like, seriously. But either way, it's only like a couple episodes, so it's not that big of a deal. Um, But yeah, that will be coming up. And again, we'll just go as normal with our 4 episodes and everything. We'll continue One Piece as we have been going. But just letting people know, for those who might not know, and just for those who do already know, I'm letting you know that I know about it going in. Um, but yeah, I'm very excited for Wano. It's where the series is currently, and although I've still got a long ways to go before catching up completely, um, I'm excited to finally get into the current arc, and I've been really excited for Wano anyways for a long time. There's just so much potential with it since it was first the concept was first introduced in Thriller Bark when Zoro fought the zombie of Captain John, I think it was. Was it Captain John or was it the other guy? No, it wasn't Captain John. What, not Captain John. Captain John was the other guy. He was the guy, the zombie who was drinking. Um, I know who I'm thinking of. He is the samurai from Wano, and Zoro got one of his swords from him. I can't think of his name right now. You know who I'm talking about, right? Though I'm sure. Um, but yeah, but ever since that was first introduced as a concept back in Thriller Bark, I was super excited, super interested to see Wano eventually, and it's just been built up, and now we're finally going there. It's kind of like it's kind of like oh my god, now my mind is just blanking on everything right now. It's kind of like the Land of the Giants that I can't remember the name of right now. Um, I don't know why I can't, but it's like that had been built up for so long, and we finally got to see it within Big Mom's flashbacks and all. And eventually, we're going to actually go to it in the modern day, and it's going to be glorious. um, like I can vaguely think of what it's called, but I can't like exactly place it. I don't know. I can't think of it. I'm having a complete brain fart on that. But yeah, definitely the biggest thing from these episodes, no matter what, is definitely the existence of Emu. This arc, like, it's setting big shit up, like really big shit, and I can't wait to see what they do with that. Um, so for the time being, tell me in the comments below what you thought of these final 4 episodes of the Reverie arc, and tell me what you thought of the arc in general. Like I said at the beginning in my pre-thoughts, I do still stand by that. It's not my favorite arc. It's not even close. It wouldn't even make a top 10 for my favorite arcs. It's just the unnecessary amount of flashbacks dragged it down way too much. And honestly, again, it didn't really deliver on what it promised. The reverie didn't even happen during the arc, so it's like it did introduce us to a bunch of cool new stuff, getting to see like new members of the Revolutionary Army who are cool, getting to see just all the new stuff at Marishwa. Again, the introduction of Emu. There's a lot that was definitely added in this arc that is really cool and really good and really gets the gears turning. But overall, it's not the best arc by any means. It's not even close. But yeah, tell me your thoughts down below, and thank you so much for tuning in. For now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.